All right, this is a story of Anthony's 21st birthday. Um, so, my brother and I planned on traveling the country together. We were going to go, coast to coast, baby. But he ended up getting hurt, and that's a different story, which is also funny. But we were going to go to Colorado, and then Pennsylvania, and New York, and Tennessee, and it was just the whole thing. But so I ended up traveling without him. But when we were in Colorado is when I spent, like, where I had my 21st birthday. Right? And I'm going to title this, I'm going to title this as Kidnapped by a White Supremacist and 21st Birthday. So just a heads up, this is where this is going. So we went out to the bar, and of course, everyone was just like, "Hey, you fucking move! It's your 21st, right?" And it's a one-road town. It's a one-road town with two fucking bars on each side of it. And we get all shit-faced, and I made out with the bartender, who I found out later was just like dog shit ugly. 21st, baby. And then I fell into a bush. But so once the bars closed, they kicked us out, and they were like, fucking bars, you gotta get out of here. So my brother, I couldn't walk. So my brother was like, "Hey, sit the fuck down right here. And I'm gonna go walk home, go get the car, and pick you up." Alright? And it was like a mile away. And I was like, okay. So he leaves, and like a goldfish, I was like, oh shit. He just fucking left me here. What a piece of shit. Immediately forgot the entire conversation that we just had. And so, upset and angry and stubborn, I was just like, fuck him, I'll get there by myself. I don't know this town. I don't know anything, but I'll figure it out. So, I walk out, and like I said, it's a one-road town, so, I get a 50-50 shot of figuring out where I'm going to go. And I was like, alright, I'm going to go right. And it was left. That's where I needed to go. So I fucking picked the wrong way. So I start walking, and when I tell you, like, I'm so drunk I can't walk, I was straight up, like, every couple of steps, I was just smashing into the ground. No hands out, just falling face first into the street. And it's the middle of the night in some dirty ass town. So, after a couple times of falling down, I just ate shit so fucking hard. I was like, you know what? Oh no! So I ate shit into a turn. There's like this weird turning lane that went into the forest. It wasn't like a road. It was just went into the woods. And it was a turning lane. And I ate shit in there. And I was like, you know what, man? I'm tired of breaking my face. I think I can stay here for a while. Like, I don't think anybody's going to be turning into the fucking woods in the middle of the morning. So I'm just going to go to sleep here. So, before I even crack my eyes closed, I hear fucking and this ATV comes coming out of the forest. And dude fucking pulls up, comes up, and he's just like, hey. And instead of asking any of the normal questions that you would fucking ask, which is, why are you laying in the street? Are you okay? He says, hey man, do you like my catfish? He had a bucket of catfish. You like my catfish? And I was like, hey man, those are pretty cool catfish. And he was like, alright dude, fucking hop on. I was like, okay. I mean, I figure this is a town of like 2,000 people. I figure they all know each other. So I get on, and I was like, hey, I'm staying at the Redacted's place, right? And I was like, yeah, dude. I'm staying over here. He's like, yeah, I know where they're at. I just got to make a few stops before I get there. So I go on an ATV ride in the middle of the night with a dude that just came out of the forest. And his name is Curtis. So Curtis takes me on a wild ass ride. So Curtis stops at a place that sells alcohol that ain't supposed to sell alcohol. Because unlike Reno, fucking, they close all their stores over there. So he comes out, fucking, hey man, just gotta stop here and get some booze. Fucking grabs that, puts that in the ATV, and then we roll off. Then we roll off to some product. I'm with Curtis, and mind you, this is hours. I'm with him. And so then we go off to the projects, which I didn't know that fucking Rangeley, Colorado has. So we go off to the projects, and he's like, hold on, I gotta talk to my guy real quick. Goes over there, talks to this fucking dude, and they start pointing at me and shit. And at this point, I'm thinking he's selling me for drugs. I'm like, I'm fucking for real. I was like, holy fucking shit. I think he's selling me for drugs. And then he was definitely buying, like, you know, meth or coke or crack. Or it was definitely crack or meth. I'm gonna say meth. I'm gonna lean towards meth. So he buys his fucking drugs, and then we go out, and like I said, it was like 3 a.m. Now it's like 6 a.m. And we fly out to the desert in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, hey man, I just really want to go home. He's like, nah, just one more stop. So we get out there, and we're looking at the sunset, and he was like, hey, here's your beer. And I was like, dude, I really don't want to drink anymore. And he was like, drink that fucking beer. And I was like, all right, well, there it is. This is the last beer I'm gonna ever have. And I mean, really, I knew it was out. I knew I was gonna get Lennied right there, just looking at they're all the fucking rabbits, you know. And I was like, all right. So I grabbed my beer and I was like, let me get smoked too. You know, I was smoking a cigarette, had my beer, and him and I just chopped it up. Started talking. Fucking, he was like, yeah, fucking this and that. I don't even remember what we talked about, to be honest with you. I think I just told him the story of me, like, falling down and shit. But, yeah, we just chopped it up, and then he was like, all right, let's get you home. And so he takes me home. And this is where I found out everything. So he takes me home. And my brother's stepdad comes out and he goes, what the fuck are you doing with Anthony? And they bring me inside because everyone was looking for me. Fucking no one knew where I was. I was lost in Colorado. And so they're like, what the fuck are you doing with Anthony? And he goes, you know, typically I'd kill a nigger, but he'd like my catfish. And he's a known white supremacist that has a huge swastika tattooed on his back. His name's Curtis. A year later, he shot his fucking friend in the back of that fucking head. So, yeah. Make sure to like a stranger's catfish, I guess. That's my 21st birthday.